Uh, 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 3-minute ad blast immediately. Let's get this out of the way. Where did I put my streaming stuff? There it is. I always have trouble finding that. Hello, hello everybody. '25th is next Tuesday, right? Yep. Hooray! Why is the stream 3 hours earlier today? I don't know what you're talking about. What? This is normally when I go live. Doesn't it normally start at 1 p.m.? So no, it hasn't for like a month, maybe 2. But I just do it whenever I'm awake now. It's not really that deep. It's anywhere from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. PST. Guys, we have to play daily games. We have to play daily games. This is a beautiful start because I don't know what either of these cards do. This one looks like a combat trick with all these shields. Whoa. Mining Lad and Kilroy, thank you for subbing. Nature Golem, thank you for subbing. Jeez, Aloo. Whoa, so many subs to open up the stream. The scam trend's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna go with the combat trick. All right, we're right. This is Godric, and this is something else. I think Godric's pretty bad. Do I think Godric is worse than the average Magic the Gathering card? Yes. Thurso Shonk, thank you for 200 bits for the scam train. I'm going to go with the bird, because I think a random Magic the Gathering card is going to be better than Godric. I was wrong. Godric's better, apparently. That blows me away. This is prevent 1 damage draw card. This has to be better. Well, this is just no context. No contest. Fucking... That's Sublime Epiphany. That's Proteus Staff, but this is the Graveyard Demon that lets you mill cards and play cards from your graveyard. Ooh, it's tough because these are both very strong in niche strategies. Like, both of these cards are good in the right deck. If you have like a weird like polymorph combo deck, then Proteus Staff is fucking awesome. If you have a graveyard deck, then the demon is really awesome. But like, which one's better? I think I'm gonna give it to Proteus Staff just because it's I don't know, this card's better. It's just like, I think this card's weaker in the context of graveyard decks. Like, graveyard decks have so much better things to do than this demon. However, it's still decent. Whereas Proteus Staff is like the only thing that does Proteus Staff. So it's really tough. I'm going to do the demon. Damn. This is King's Assassin, and this is the Pitch White spell that lets you prevent up to 12 damage. This is Say Its Name, and this is like the weird rock that lets you make the dragon. I'm going to guess Say Its Name is more... Really? Today I'm not doing well in the Asmerandal. This one gives Vigilant... This is the angel that gives like Vigilance, Lifelink, or First Strike on beginning of combat. You get to pick. So, that one. Oh, this is fucking Timeless Lotus. Yeah, 10% of decks. Oh, this is like the weird, like, spirit in black. And this is. Fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's the one with Mimnarch in it. Valor made real. Target creature can block any number of target creatures this turn. Godric. Yeah, Godric is worse than at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this unless you pay 1 for each card in your hand. You know, that makes sense. Auntie's Hovel, Sublime Epiphany, Proteus Staff over the milling Lord of the Forsaken. Yeah, Scars of the Veteran. You may exile a white card from your hand rather than play the spell's cast. Prevent up to 7 damage. For each 1 damage prevented to a creature this way. You put a +0/+1 counter on it. Dragon Brood's Relic. It's crazy this is more played than Say Its Name. Because I don't think Say Its Name is that bad. I know you can't do the fucking stupid Altenac shit, but like, it's still fine. It's sorcery speed though, I guess. Yeah, but like I think some decks would play Say Its Name even if it had none of this text. Eyes of the Watcher. You scry 2. There isn't a new crossword, right? Okay, we did it already. Artifact with a subtype. EQUIPE. No, so it's not an equipment. Blue artifact with subtype? Whoa. It's not equipment either. It's a vehicle. VEHICLE. Because this is crew something. You may have this. It's the clone one. You may have this artifact enter as a copy of target. As a copy of. Not target, but a artifact or creature. Yeah, it's imposter mech, you're right. Yeah, it's the stupid cloning one. ENCHAM. This is an instant or sorcery, right? INSTANT. Yeah. So DESTRO. So it's not destroy. Hmm. CHOOSE. Choose 6 CREATURES. CREATURES. So no. PERMEN. I can't speak. PERMANENTS. So it's not permanence either. ELANE. Damn, this is a long ass fucking word. Is it just enchantments? ENCHAMEN. ENCH. No, it's not enchantments either. RETR. Is this the same word? No, this one's one shorter. To their owner's hands. This isn't washout. To their owner's hands. So this is something all something. Perman. Return all NCH. I'm trying to figure out what this fucking word is. Yeah, I can do your review last, Bad. Return all something. Or, I feel like this is all. This isn't Graveyards. It's not graveyards. It's not permanents either. Permanents. Like, that's permanents. Oh, return all non-creature, non-land permanents to their owner's hands. This is washout. Or, it would not be wash away. Non-land. Return all NONCREATU. Filter out. Filter out. It's filter out. Return all non-creature, non-land permanents to their owner's hands. That's the name of the card. Filter out's a really good card if you can run it. The only like thing is like it is pretty restrictive. All right, let's talk about deck reviews. We have Chaotic up first. With an Aragorn the Uniter deck. Just Gets Hatred. Thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub. So, do we have Chaotic here? What about Nil? Do we have Nil? I don't think Faded Firepower is that good for Roxanne. Damn, Buddy's streaming early. I always stream this early, Jared. Grumpy. Is Grumpy here? Okay, no Grumpy. I won't be present for the stream, thank God, finally. We have a deck we can review without someone. What are you still waiting on for Is It Terror, by the way? I'm waiting for, I think, 1 Scred and 2 Azure Fleet Admirals. Let me pull up my TCG player. Yep, Scred, Crimson Fleet Commodore, 2 Azure Fleet Admirals, and that's it. Think you'll have them for Wednesday? I hope so, man. If they don't come by, like, Wednesday... I mean, I'm going to the concert with Bob on Wednesday. Anyway, Jared. By the way, this makes for great content. Me just talking to my friend right now. Oh, no, you're fine, Jared. These losers love it, right? Type 1 in chat if you love small talk. The Elk small talk stream. Anyway, we have a Yawgmoth deck here. Let's read the blurb. Okay, Moxfield Primer is the blurb. Alright, bracket 3, no budget. I wanted a mono black deck using Sephiroth as a commander with Yawgmoth in the 99, but playing the deck I realized I was consistently getting more value out of Yawg than Sephiroth because the instant speed sacrifice, yeah, also Yawg just is broken. I want to make sure that the list was consistent. I got sidetracked by watching videos, hearing about interactions and combos in mono black, and I don't know if I'm diluting the strategy too much. The goal is sack loops for Exian Altar for Forsaken Miner with the Blood Artist effect, or sacking and reanimating Gary or with Mikaeus as an Undying effect. Along the way, if I can set up the board with like 4 fodder so I can bring in Sephiroth and instantly get the emblem. I tried a mulligan for Urza's / Expedition map to get Urborg online. My first reanimation target's usually Velas. I think we don't do reanimation. I think we're a little lost in the plot when it comes to being a reanimator deck and a aristocrats deck. I feel like these are just 2 separate worlds that we're living in. For starters, I do not like Yawgmoth's Will in this deck. The card is broken, the card is stupid, but how many rituals are we running? Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. We're running Dark Ritual. What Yawgmoth's Will is broken with is like Lion's Eye Diamond, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, right? You need to overload your deck with rituals before that card's really doing something insane. And it is a very good card, but it's just not right for this deck. Huh? Why are we having the Fire Nation occupy this deck? Anyway, I would just yoink Villas out of here, as well as the Entomb. You can run Entomb. Entomb's good with the Forsaken Miner. You should hopefully be on Lively Dirge, though, which you're not. Which is a war crime. For 5 mana, I'd like to return Yawgmoth from my graveyard to the battlefield and also put Forsaken Miner in my graveyard. Like, come the fuck on. Okay, I do like the Undying stuff you have going on. I don't like Obliterator. You have like a fetish for Liliana. I'm sorry. Like I've been looking at your decks frequently. I believe this is Mantheon. Yes, Mantheon. And you put that Lily of the Dark Realms in every single deck, and it's like 5 mana for a Vampiric Tutor. It's so bad. Okay, at least I like the Jet Medallion in this deck, though, because your deck is actually mostly black. Okay, I don't think we need Throne of Eldraine. I don't even know if we need Scepter. I don't think you need that much mana. I think you'd rather, like, in an aristocrat strategy like this, you'd almost rather be developing your board and playing more creatures every turn than doing all that stuff. At least we're running Living Death now. Okay, I'm vibing with just about all this. I do think we're a little low on lands. Not a big fan of Shelly's edicts. Like Soul Shatter and Flare of Malice and Deadly Raleigh. Your removal suite is already so good. I don't know if I like Chthonian Nightmare in this deck. Normally, I do really enjoy Chthonian Nightmare, but that's for like non-token aristocrats deck. So like Judith really likes it because one, she's 3 mana value. Two, she has like tokens. She can't benefit off of tokens. So being able to loop a Lively Dirge in that, or rather a Chthonian Nightmare in that deck, is a lot stronger than doing that here. I don't like Day of Black Sun. I don't know if you need Night's Whisperer Sign of Blood in a fucking Yawgmoth deck, you know what I mean, chap? Orman Sworn In. I really don't want to touch the Imps Mischief. I kind of like it. Oh. Okay, once again, we're not really non-animating. Okay, so that gives us room to add a very important card to this deck. You have Zulaport Cutthroat, but like actually, like it's not as good as a Vengeful Blood Witch. Or it's Vindictive Blood Witch. Okay, no, you know, it's Vengeful. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So like target opponent losing 1 life is so much better than each opponent when you are doing Forsaken Miner stuff. Because Vengeful Blood Witch is a crime and Zulaport ain't. So Forsaken Miner likes the Blood Witch a lot more, and you should probably be running both. No Dread Return. Honestly, I don't even know if you need Buried Alive. Lively Dirge is doing that job better, and Tomb's doing that job better, because you don't really need anything now more than Forsaken Miner. And this lets us get 2 more lands in. So always, always, always in a Living Death. You already run Bazooka Bog, right? No, you don't? Okay, Bazooka Bog is like non-negotiable in a Living Death deck. And so is Bogart Trawler. You need both of these cards, legitimately, in a Living Death deck. Because just going like, your graveyard's scary, I don't want you to get it back, Bazooka Bog you. Oh, also Bogart Trawler you. Here's my Living Death. Is just such an insane play pattern. All right, let's play Dust. Let's read in with the switch up. Cryptcast. Deadly Dispute, the Vat of Rebirth. Vengeful Brood Witch, sacrifice it. Nice, we missed our land drop. By the way, added lands to this deck. Okay, anyway, we win now. Soul Shatter. Already played my land drop this turn, so... Jadar. Sacrifice Jadar to draw a card. Deadly Relic. Oh, Vampire Tutor, nice. Is there an instant underneath it? Nope. Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Gain all of our life back. Sack the Grey Merchant of Asphodel. No, wait, no. Ophiomancer. Okay, now sack the Grey Merchant of Asphodel to draw a card. Sack Ophiomancer to draw a card. Entomb. Is there an instant? Nope. Get Forsaken Miner. Black, Reanimate. Ray Merchant of Asphodel. Whoa, it started. Why is everyone exploding in my chat? I start the stream at this hour every single day. I'm gonna lose my mind. I started this early every day. I'm gonna lose my mind. It used to be 1 p.m. Yes, it did. 2 months ago. 2 months ago, the stream was 1 p.m. start. I don't know. I think it literally says in the coffee. Typically, I'll be live around 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. PST. It says warning. It's the first line of text when you get a deck review submission. Warning, I stream whenever I'm awake now, low key. So yeah, I'll typically be live around 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. PST. It's the first thing on the deck review. Yeah, so we typically I'll start slightly earlier than 11 a.m. PST, but that's me doing my daily games. It's not me reviewing decks or anything, which is maybe like another angle of confusion there. Ooh, Jet Medallion. Nykthos, so you sack Gay Merchant of Asphodel, draw a card, tap a black to bring back Forsaken Miner. Sack Forsaken Miner, pay a black to bring it back into play. Sack it, draw a card. Ooh, Phyrexian Altar. Sack. Crip. Ooh, we're so close to going infinite here. It's insane. Oh, we are going infinite. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is so funny. Sack Bolus's Citadel to beseech the mirror off the top to bargain it. And then you get Blood Artist. And then you sack Cryptghast to make a black mana. Blood Artist trigger. Bring back Forsaken Miner. This is now infinite. So yeah, I think this deck's good to go now. I just took off all the reanimation stuff except for reanimate proper. And yeah, no, this is gonna do pretty well, I feel. I think I do want you to be on one supernatural stamina effect. I think it would be fun with the Nested Shambler, but maybe I'm getting a little too cute. Yeah, I don't like Grave Titan. I really agree with the rest of this list, though. This is a really interesting list. I love the Metamorphosis Fanatic too, because you have a Volrath Stronghold, and I imagine you have. Do you? You don't. Oh wow. You should have probably a Witch's Cottage. Right, Witch's Cottage. All of your lands are swamps because you're Urborging. So I don't know why no one runs Witch's Cottage. Well, one, hang on, it's a little bit hard to include in a deck. You're either going to need to be an Urborg deck that's like hyper built around Urborg, like I'm talking like expedition maps and shit, right? Or you need to be a mono black deck that also isn't really that invested in Cabal Stronghold, right? So there is an opportunity cost for Witch's Cottage to be included in a deck. Hmm. Just like a Grim Servant. But you do have Sonaf. Okay, Grim Servant. Or even better, Hoarding Broodlord. You should probably do Hoarding Broodlord in this deck, because it is a token-y deck. Witch's Clinic sucks. I don't know what else to say. I think Witch's Clinic is just not a good card. All right. Anyway, this is good to go. Nobody runs Clinic, and I don't know why. It's because it's a bad card. But you're allowed to like bad cards. I mean, a little over dramatic. I think Clinic's fine, but it's really just not that big of a deal. Are my messages going through to chat? They aren't. Yeah, there we go. I'll link it manually in both. I don't know why my streamer bot's exploding and not letting me put messages in chat, but alas, here we are. Wait, thank you, Mantheon. All right, do we have Keddy here? Keddy, Chaotic, Nil. Yeah, I saw that deck too, Quaz. It was really funny where you swamp cycle with Troll, you get Witch's Cottage, you play Witch's Cottage, you put Troll on top of the deck, and then you nuke them for 6 off Parker Luck. Is so funny. All right, we do have Chaotic here, so let's do Chaotic's deck now. Aragorn. This is the Aragorn deck. I see. And Keddy's here as well. We'll get you, Keddy, after this deck. And Nil's also here. Okay, great. So we'll do Chaotic, Keddy, Nil. So let's duplicate this deck and read the blurb. The goal of the deck is to use cards that change the color of lands and spells to abuse old color hate cards. The cards are tagged if you're curious why I have a card in the deck. I've been running this deck for a little under a year and a half. It plays well enough. However, it still sits in that gray area between bracket 2 and 3. The list is currently tuned for bracket 2, i.e. no game changers or 2-card combos. But the deck's primary win conditions are either the combo with Grinning Ignis and Bergie or Stormkiln. It doesn't win the game by itself, but I could use my Commander or Balefire Liege as the outlet to deal damage at the end of the game, or through commander damage with Aragorn, since I can pump him and give him pseudo unblockable. Grindstone and Sphinx's tutelage are a no-go. They used to be in the deck, but it was too easy. Yeah, no, Grindstone is a legacy combo deck. Like, it is a legacy power level, no jokes. It places in tournaments. Like, it's not as good as it used to be. But, like, Legacy Painter. Yeah, you even mentioned Legacy Painter. You know it's a legacy combo. So, yes, way too strong for bracket 2. No budget restrictions. I proxy. I'm not trying to run game changes in the decks so I can run in bracket 2, but you do you. Currently, I am looking for artifacts to add to the deck just to help Goblin Engineer or optimize overall. Okay, great. Also, I can't wait for you to open up the cube reviews. The cube reviews are open. Read the commission, Chaotic. The cube reviews are open. Instead of a deck, you can submit a cube. It's $10 more. But then you can submit a cube instead. Okay, great. Let's look at this deck. I'm excited to look at it because there's going to be a lot of funny cards in here that change the colors of stuff. Also, by the way, soon it shall be free, Chaotic. All right, let's take a peep here. So yeah, we have the typical dork and protection package. I like the protection package here. Anything like Aragorn that's really hard to cast and commit to the board, and also provides a lot of value over time. I always love to see Mother Giver, because it's just so much better. No Fade Burrow Elder is a good point. Fade Burrow is very good, and it does come down the turn before, so Fade Burrow should probably be in. Yeah, he's such a removal target. Dude, if your Fade Burrow gets shot in the head, then your Aragorn isn't getting shot in the head. Hmm. I don't think I like Storm Killing Artist. I think that's my first cut here. Bergie works with Grinning Ingus, right? Like you have things that work with Ingus, and that isn't one of them. Oh, although honestly, man, like, do you even need a combo in this deck? Like low key, it's like I don't know if there needs to be a combo in this list. Because like when Painter Servant makes all your spells red, and you just get to start throwing bolts around whenever you cast shit, is kind of funny. I don't know. We'll analyze that. I don't know if I'm vibing with the raise. I think I'd rather see like wash away or washout. Return all permanents of the color of your choice to their owner's hands. I love Altar of Bone. Reserved list my behated. Yeah, Runaway Steamkin would work, right? I think so. I don't know if I like the Ingenious Master A. All right, great. You already have Muddle. Okay. I think Spectral Shift sucks. 2 mana to make my Pyroblast work, right? It's just, I don't think where you want to be. Ingenious Mastery is a pack card. I don't know how to feel about it. All right, Sculpting Steel. Or actually, let's go with Phyrexian Metamorph, because Phyrexian Metamorph has a color. Which makes me a little bit more partial. Also, you have not enough lands, so we need to also fix that. Phyrexian Metamorph. Last Pull Mimic would also work, yeah. So Glasspool Mimic, Phyrexian Metamorph can both copy something, and the thing you copy, drumroll please, Painter's Servant. And then you can start painting everything every color. I don't think there is a default painter color. I think it depends on what you have going on. All instances of color words on spells and permanents becomes. Oh wow, that's so cool. So you can just name red, and if you have like a mono red opponent, all these cards just fuck them. This one I like. Not a big fan of trait doctoring. Let's add a Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Let's put Phyrexian Dragon Engine in. There we go. When it enters the battlefield from your graveyard, you may discard your hand if you do draw 3 cards. Why do you add this card? Because of Goblin Engineer. It's literally, that's it. Okay. I am going to be cutting these other cards. Sorry, I know these are very funny cards, but also they're just not mana efficient. This one I like because it has buyback. But this is target permanent. I mean, I guess you do it to one of these. Or spell, and this has flashback, so I like that one more. And this one has retrace, so I kind of like this. So I like the ones that you can reuse. I don't like the one-off ones. This one draws a card, so I kind of like it too. So there's the ones that replace themselves are good. Like, or have flashback or draw a card. I like these ones. I do not like the ones that are just like, do it, and then you never, ever, ever, ever get to do it again. It's just like you've spent a card to make your card not bad. Which is, I do not think where you want to be ever. Do you have a way to recur to Painter? Yes, hopefully soon with Goblin Engineer. So type artifact, type land, ID equals 2. What are we mostly? I think we're mostly white. We're mostly Bant. Yes. So let's get the Bant indestructible lands in here. And these are artifacts. So you can sack them to Goblin Engineer. That brings you up to 41, which is slightly too many. So we can cut an island. And maybe we just run something like a Skrelv. Skrelv is an artifact creature. And it's also a Mother of Runes type of effect. I really want to like Eligeth, but I don't think we can really swing it. I think it's a little bit awkward to tap 6 mana, and then Aragorn triggers Scry's 2 while it's on the stack, and then it enters, and then you have to cast another blue spell, and then you can start drawing 2 cards. But yeah, Skrelv, probably worthwhile, mostly for its artifact typing. We need one more artifact, maybe, I feel. Can you take infinite turns in this deck? Not really. No. Seed time is not what I remember. Not what I remember. Sculpting Steel. I was thinking about Sculpting Steel. But it's also like, Sculpting Steel's fine. You can probably do Sculpting Steel. Yes. Okay, hang on. I think Urza Saga sucks in this deck. You're getting the only Urza Saga hit you have is Skull Clamp. I would never, ever, ever, ever run a Urza Saga in a deck without a Springleaf Drum, bare minimum, Soul Ring ideally. Yeah, there's not a target for the Saga. So why are you running it? I play a land that dies in 3 turns and doesn't do anything for me. It gets another land. Where? What? How? When? What? Where? Why? This should be an Ash Barrens, by the way. Don't run this. No, you can't. It needs to be. Read Urza Saga. It needs to have the mana cost of 0 or 1. This is not mana value 1 or less. This is not Trinket Mage. It needs to be 0 or 1 cost. I have been cheating. Yes, you have been. So anyway, Ash Barrens. Never ever run slow fetches, please. Just run Ash Barrens, run Fabled Passage. Right? Like, these are worth your time. I low-key do agree that Arcane Lighthouse kind of sucks as well. Maybe even take out Wasteland for like Demolition Field. Because Demolition Field at least replaces itself with a card that is a mana type. How much is Starting Town running now? Yeah, $8. That's pretty worth it. Green. Carpet of Flowers. Your mono blue player friend has just given you a mana this turn. Make sure to thank them. Spellseeker. Blue, blue, blue. Cycle this for Painter's Servant. Pass. Make a ton of blue mana. Green, red, white, or white. Think. Painter's Servant. No, I probably wouldn't Painter's Servant yet. So I guess you make a ton of white mana instead. Green, red, blue, white. Aragorn's in play. Bunch of floating white still. Black creatures can't attack or block. There you go. 1-2 Painters. Everything's black now. Everything's also red now. Okay, like this feels pretty fine. Like you have Defense of the Heart going now. But see, like we drew Bergie. Like this is kind of dead. I mean, we can like drop it. So he makes like 6 red or something off carpet. Exile top 2. Exile top 2. Ooh. All right, now we're kind of cooking. Yeah, we had a million lands in a row, though. We could have done that all off carpet mana, but... I mean, this is feeling pretty alright. Oh yeah, you can get the Grinning Angus off in combo, of course. Yeah, I like it a little bit more because of Defense of the Heart. I think my only opinion is maybe you want Sulfim. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent, it does double. So now Aragorn does 6, and Balefire Leech does 6. All right. I think you're good to go. Next up is Ketty, who is here. We have a Riv deck. It's been a while since we've seen one of these. 37 lands, Warcrime. Yeah, your curve does not support 37 lands. We'll have to talk about this. Oh, certainly not. I was dead set about building around this commander when TDM came out. Originally, it was leaned more towards Mobilize, until I realized Nariv was way better at enhancing Myriad creatures and ETB burns, which also won 2 fast in bracket 2, so I bumped it up to 3. The deck is about having the commander hang out on the board to enhance damage and do lots of damage to everyone in one turn, most commonly by giving Myriad to or generating hasted tokens. No OG duels or off-color fetches, no infinites, non-finites that win the game are fine, though. Non-infinites that win the game on the spot are fine, though. Weird. I'd also like to keep Dawn's Truce, but if it needs to go, it can. Dawn's Truce. Oh, that card's fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I love the deck concept. It's the most fun for me to play, but it's rough around the edges. It can be a little awkward in the early turn since everything in the deck that matters costs 4 to 6 mana, so I just slammed a bunch of rocks in there to get faster. Incorrect thinking. You need to be generating a board that can create a viable threat, and then slam Nariv, and then have that board create all those things that immediately deal damage to people. So there is a better way. Can be inconsistent generally because I need something that clones and something that wants to be cloned. I sort of want to avoid grabbing a bunch of tutors because I feel like I'd just grab Marjorie's Seedbreaker, Fanatic of Mogus every time, but definitely not cutting Chicken Jockey. Oh, the fucking, yeah, Chicken Jockey guy. Maybe I don't have enough lands. Is Sneak Attack worth it? No. This deck runs Phyrexian Arena. Don't. Like, why? I do really need the card draw. Not sure what's good to replace it with. I can hook you up. All right, great. I hate Shadow Flame Conjuring as well. It's a lot of mana. I like Nahiri's Resolve. That's a fun card. I think this is a very good example of a slow card, like the other ones I just removed, but it's one that doesn't require any more mana investment from you, and it's good when you top deck it, and it's also good when you play it, or it's when you just like tap out for it with nothing else going on. Exile creatures you control beginning next to combat. We return them all. Mass Hysteria weirds me out. I really don't like that card in a lot of decks. Terminate. Yeah, sure. Low-key, like, okay, listen, Weirter's fine, but, like, I always, like, I would rather you play Forsake the Worldly. Exiling is so much more important. Hell, even, like, Chaos Warp is actually probably better. You also run, like, an Excise the Imperfect. Weird Tear bangs, though. I'm not saying it's a bad card. I literally started that sentence with, I don't think the card's bad. It's not. But exiling's so important. Okay. I hate all the rocks you have. This is a Tempo of Greaves. Get out of here. Because there's just so many great cards that work with Nariv. I would leave you Soul Ring Arcane Signet. Red spell creatures have haste. This is worse than actually get Lightning Greaves back in. It looks good next to the crystal. Lightning Greaves. All right, so don't like the drawbridge. Azula is broken. Azula is the experience one. I don't know that card. I'm gonna look at it. All right, we'll give Scryfall a moment to cook. There we go. Let's look at Azula. I thought you were talking about the Fire Lord. That's a lot of experience counters for sure. This is the most experience counters you can get in a card. It makes a lot of experience counters for sure. It's just like I don't know what the best payoffs are for in Rakdos are for experience counters, right? This seems like a strange card. It's mono black, sadly. Ugh, it's even worse then. I have no idea what mono black payoffs there are for experience counters. So like I've noticed something horrific about your deck, and that's you're not on Fury. You are on Fury, but you're not on Pyroglyph, and I have no idea why, because this card's stupid. Green red. When it or another Lagorf enters the battlefield under your control, that creature deals damage equal to its power to any target. Like, why are we doing Red Dragon over this? Where's Saw in Half? Pinnacle Monk. So, Saw in Half, Ephemerate, they both work with Pinnacle Monk. You can get back a card and then a second card. So, and you can also like Saw in Half the Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, or Saw in Half a Combustible Gear Hulk, or a like you're gonna draw 6 off that. They're not gonna want to be nuked. I don't know if I like Twin Flame Tyrant. Oh, I like the Battle Angels of Terror. Is Kiki better than Jaxus or Thyron? Yes. Are all those better than Delina? No. Like, Delina is the copier in my mind. Hammers of Moradin are fine. I think I'm thinking a lot more large than a lot of you. Like, Gut True Soul Zealot is not a card that fucks around. Like, this needed to be in the deck yesterday. Whenever you attack, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, you create a 4/1 skeleton that's tapped and attacking. So Gut just deals 8 damage every turn with Nerev in play. Broadside is good. Broadside doesn't work the way you want it to with Nerev. Sajiri Shelter. Very important in this kind of deck to just like have a protection spell that you can hold up at all times. And then I'd probably do like mana value 3 land type land. Thundering Eruption. All right, we're gonna play test this now, and hopefully we'll get one of the cards we just added, and you'll see the stupidness. I mean, this does have gut in it, and it does have plays. All right, great. Let's start with Bazooka Bog, actually. All right, here's gut. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nariv. Attack with gut. That's someone who has no blockers, preferably, or that can kill it. Sack the Idol of Oblivion. Make a 4/1 skeleton. This does 8 damage. Next turn. Now you just have the gut engine online. So what you do is you move to combat. Swing with skeleton. Sack the skeleton to make a tapped and attacking skeleton. It does 8 damage again. Whoa, redoubled Stormslinger sucks. Can we get a Plains for an Ash Barrens? How many red sources do we have? Okay, 21, 15, 16. This triple red here is a bit difficult, but I think you're there. All right. So let's jam some more cards in here. I don't think Dragonhawk's that good for this list. Does Adeline work here? A little bit. Let's just look at Myriad really quick. To be clear, I think you already have all the good Myriad stuff, so that one doesn't work. Yeah, like I wouldn't add any of these. The thing about Red Dragon is that it burns the whole table as opposed to one target. We cut Red Dragon like 10 minutes ago, Keddy bot. Yeah. Here's the thing. Pyrogoyf burns the whole table. Insofar as it, when you copy it with like a Mardu Siegebreaker and you make 3 of them, and you make 3 of them, you get 6 triggers, right? Or is it 9? I think you get 9 triggers. 3 for each opponent. Pyrogoyf can also point at creatures. Oh my god, you also have Devastating Onslaught. So that makes me even more mad that you didn't have Pinnacle Monk until I suggested it right now. Pinnacle Monk also works with Devastating Onslaught, where you can like make a bunch of copies of Pinnacle Monk and then get a bunch of different cards back, including this one. Okay, maybe this is like a Mana Geyser kind of deck. Does Terror of the Peaks deal damage? Terror of the Peaks does damage due to that creature's mana value. Or power, rather. So it isn't the creature actually hitting stuff. It's not like Warstorm Surge. Mana Geyser could be pretty funny. I think the only thing I want is like, this is a Mother Giver deck. Nariv is just so important to protect. You can even run something like back for seconds. If you need my help with a Firelord Zuko deck, you can check the description of YouTube and there's a link to my coffee to submit a deck review thing. I actually used to run those. Well, you should run them again. They are that good. Draw up to 2 creature cards to your grave with your hand. If the spell is bargain, you may put one of those cards with mana value 4 or less onto the battlefield instead of putting it in your hand, like Nariv, your commander. But I took them out because I tend to get interacted with when I target my stuff with other stuff. Okay, I'm going to paint you a picture. Bot. You never tap Mother of Runes. You just have it in play. And then when you tap it, they have to spend 2 removal spells. It's ridiculous. Is Skrelv hexproof? Where does Skrelv say hexproof? Oh, I see. You can't target shit through the Mother Giver. Insofar and as like, I mean, but I'm trying to figure out what that's an issue for. It's like ephemerate, I guess. If I'm trying to target the Mardu Siegebreaker with something, what are you trying to target it with? The thing it's going to exile. Exile to one other target creature you control. Okay. So, let me get into your mind for a second, Keddy. You took out Mother of Runes because Mardu Siegebreaker coming down would, instead of... But, Keddy, what's really fucking me up, Keddy... What's really exactly? They're gonna just kill it. Is the alternative? Huh? The alternative is the creature dies. You would rather have your creature die than to have Mardu Siegebreaker fizzle due to your own effect. Honestly, the way the dude works, doesn't do much of it, doesn't exile the creature. Keddy, I know how the card works. What I'm saying is you cut Mother of Runes. Hang on, I'm just trying to do the mental math here, Keddy. Please, meet me here. Keddy, if they have a kill spell for your creature, this doesn't exile it anyway. The only thing that Mother of Runes changes in the equation is you get to keep the creature that you would have exiled instead of it getting removed by a removal spell. Either way, this thing fizzles. Are you following it? I'm confused. I just feel like hexproof effects would be better. Yes! Run both! Run both, Keddy. Keddy, please. I agree. Hexproof effects are better. There is nothing better than Mother of Runes Skrelv. Alternatively, you also get to run maybe something like Voice of Victory, right? So, okay, let's go to Voice of Victory. Voice of Victory. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. It also has Mobilize. I removed that too. This is the best card. It's so good. Why'd you remove this? Why'd you remove this card? This shit's so cracked. It mobilizes, so it does 4 damage per swing. Number 2, the card prevents people from killing your haste creatures on your turn. It drew aggro to my other stuff before I could untap. So just kill them, huh? So here's the, Keddy, just watch what happens in this playtest. That's all I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna just keep editing the deck. I'm just gonna move on from this. And you're gonna watch how the deck plays. Mining Lad, thank you for getting a coffee deck review. Selfless Spirit. They would never kill the Voice of Victory itself. Great! That's so good for you. Just watch, Keddy, please. I'm begging. And let's rock with maybe like Captain Lannery. I feel like this can be like a decent Captain Lannery Storm kind of list. All right, let's play test. So, Bloodstained Mire. We're running Surveillance, right? We are not running Surveillance. Elegant Parlor. Rokos Theater. Let's try this again. Nope. Keep in mind, we added lands to this deck, by the way. This is at 40 lands right now. No, let's go to 5, honestly. Jesus Christ, dude. So I guess we're gonna take these 2 out. Oh, nice. Something went our way. Fable, add token, Goblin Shaman. Wait, hang on. Let's actually play like Captain Lannery this turn as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Riv. I don't think we choose to do this anyway. Right. Pass. Bolt Bend. Or maybe make a treasure this turn or 2. Okay, so we've Bolt Bended. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Fury all your blockers. Create a token copy of Lannery. Or not Lannery, sorry. It needs to be non-legendary. Ooh, gut. Make a token copy of Fury. Sack a treasure token to make a skeleton. This is 12, 20. We sacked a treasure, so it'd be 25. Like, this is a lot of damage. I want to get a hand with Mother of Ruins. Okay, we have a giver here. Giver. All right, here's our commander. You cannot meaningfully interact with Nariv. Anyway, here's Gut. Swing with Nariv. Sack Arcane Signet. Make a basically 8-1 skeleton. Like, the Giver is doing so much here. Please look at this board. Pyroglyph. Does a billion damage on entry. Combat. Swing the Menace Skeleton. Swing Nariv. Sack the Menace Skeleton and replace it with a new one. They can't touch the Goyf. They can't touch Nariv. They can't touch Gut. They need 2 removal spells before they can start interacting with you. Alright, here's Battle Angels of Tyr. Probably draw a couple cards off that one. Maybe make a treasure token. Or we'd only ever draw 1 card, but you know what I mean. So, like, Giver's kind of just doing everything here. Like, the only reason why this is allowed to work is because of Giver. Once again, I'm just going to mulligan until we get a hand with, like, Mother of Runes. This doesn't have any lands in it, though. Now this has, like, too many lands of the same color, but... Warp Pyroglyph. Pyroglyph from Warp with haste. Alright, our mana base is messed up, isn't it? Like, I don't think it's that bad. ID equals 2, type land, oh, red. Like, I don't think it, I think that was just unluck game. Oh, you should probably be running the fast lands, honestly. Legion leadership is fun. Do we have all tricolor lands? I think there's a tap land maximum. We're already kind of there. I don't even know if I'd run Concealed Courtyard. I think red and white are 2 main colors, and then black's just kind of there to splash. So I want basically all the off lands to tap for red that we're adding, but you're allowed to like have some amount of like, I don't know. Hang on. Ooh, boop, 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 boop. I would never in a million years cast Nariv into this sort of board. Damn. Goldless Triad. Dink. Treasure, treasure, treasure. Nahiri's Resolve, end step, exile this. Okay, they come back. This does get pace. Okay, we're good. All right, so Goldless Triad's in play. 1, 2, Twin Flame it. Also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Duke Older Raven Guard. Give it Myriad. So you swing with these two, and you get 1, 2. This is for each opponent. You also get 1, 2. That's from the Myriad trigger. And then 1, 2. That's from the second Myriad trigger. And then you make 12 treasure tokens. Myriad stacks. If you have multiple instances of Myriad, they all stack. One, two, three, four. Nariv. 1, 2, 3. Jessica's Will. Let's say we make 4 mana. And then exile the top 3. Boop. That's 4 mana. And then that is also 4 mana. And then you exile Goldlush Triad, Nariv, Duke. Like, just keep only the blockers you need. Block with Enduring Courage is free. 1. Oh, these all come back. 2, 3, 4. Electra Duplicate. Or 1, 2, 3, rather. The Goldlush Triad. Then you just win this turn. Like, this feels pretty decent. Jolly Balloon Man in the list. I don't really like Jolly Balloon Man. It makes it into a 1/1. Like, I know there's a lot of good ETBs in the deck, but at that point, like, I like Kikijiki more. I like, fucking Delina more, because they keep the creature full size, and they're still just as the same rate as Jolly Balloon Man. I think this deck's good to go. Please do not sleep on the Giver and Mother. I am begging. These two are so good for your deck. It's otherworldly. I don't know how you could look at that last game, chat, and say, oh, the issue with the deck is that we don't copy enough creatures. Like, no, we're fine. We're good. It's like maybe Twin Flames below rate. Maybe instead of that one, you run Jaxus, the Troublemaker. Right. Maybe instead of that one, you run Jaxus. But there's no way you looked at that last game where we had 12 Myriad creatures swinging, and you're like, this needs more copying effects. It don't. It don't. I promise it don't. I think the main thing is you just got to be careful about when you're playing Nariv, Ketty. Just don't jam him on turn 4 brainlessly unless you can safely protect him with a Mother, Give, or Skrelv. Selfless Spirit, right? Like, unless these 4 are in play, I would not jam Nariv until you already have a gut in play, until you already have a, right, like the laundry list of things that just immediately go bam. I don't think you need a lot of copy for this deck to be good, though. I added enough things that were just like, where the cards themselves are good enough to be running. Like, Pyroglyph is just a good enough card to play after Nariv, right? Or before even. Gut is like the perfect card for this deck. All right, next up is Nil. Noi Noi. Of course, the Crucian Mage is now an honorary Black Mage. I'm happy to hear. On Waterbender's Restoration and hide in the as a hide on the ceiling variant. I feel like what I don't like about this one. Waterbending X. This card's pretty decent. Yeah, I'd probably run it because you are a spell seeker deck, so I do like that one. It is only you control, but that's not. But it was a flicker deck. Rage Mage is the reason why that's actually pretty good. It was an Anala deck too, so like blue, tap all your creatures. They all come back. You pay 1 for each of them, and Anala makes that many copies. That seems very strong. Oh, by the way, can I have the link to mine when you get the chance? Yeah, I am posting the link in the StreamerBot stuff, but what's happening is it's eating the message. It's not getting posted for some reason. So there you go. I forgot I had to actually post it like directly into Twitch itself. All right. Anyway, let's read the blurb for this deck. Nil! Yes, I'll be there. The game plan. Use Proliferate and then continually scale cards, mana, and pressure. Then when we're good on mana and cards, use it to find some really weird combos and synergies. Or if that doesn't work out, beat people with big creatures. It started as a simple storm-flavored Jeskai Proliferate deck with the Planeswalker ults as a win con. Since then, it's completely changed into an inexcusably Proliferate token, activated ability, discard, burn, combo, beatdown deck. Bracket 2, no other restrictions. Advice-wise, I really want to tweak numbers and ratio for relative consistency. Sideboard cards I'm on the fence about. I'm just going to move those to considering, by the way. As far as showing off, the toolbox package is really fun. The primer's over 5,000 words long and not even close to finish yet. Yes, only sections of the primer are pretty relevant. Okay. I'm just going to playtest this deck. That's what I like to do with any complicated weird deck. But I used to have a proliferation deck. Everflowing Chalice. Kaith. Actually, start with Danny Pink. Kaith. Fabricate 1. Draw a card. I don't listen to a lot of Isbro game. You definitely want to Kaith before Danny Pink. It works either way. Both ways you draw a card. Yeah, Grumpy Dude, don't worry about it. Kaith has Fabricate 1, and it also gives Danny Pink Fabricate 1. Either way you play this, it draws you the same number of cards. No. Fabricate only happens on ETB, so Danny won't get more counter draws from Proliferate. Huh? You definitely want to Kaith before Danny so you can apply the counter immediately. Kaith applies the counter to herself and then draws you a card. I'm very confused by what you're talking about. But please help me understand. Danny gives this ability to all creatures you control. Yes. Uh-huh. So what am I missing? Kaith gives Fabricate 1, yes? Yes, and she also has Fabricate 1. So you want Danny to enter with a counter 2? Oh, I guess so. Sure. All right, great. We did the other order. I see what you mean now. Because now we go Dreamtime Whale. Or, well, we tap Not Like an Idiot. And then we go double Pinhead Prism. That's our second spell this turn. But if you do it the other order, you don't draw off Kate ETB. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the same number of cards. But yeah, you want to have counters on everything, though, Donkey Juice, is what I mean. So you draw the same number of cards, but it just you have a counter on an extra creature, is the point, Donkey Juice. And then you have Together Forever and you win. Put a counter on Dreamtide Whale and... Sorry, I forgot to draw off this one earlier. Anyway, like, this is just a hard lock. Together Forever is just so unbeatable. I'm definitely looking at Faded Firepower as, like, not a decent card. I also like Fire Crystal. Alright, well... Recruiter. No Walking Ballista, so sad. Toughness 2. Let's look at what we have. Oh, you evil. Alright, well, this is a super hard lock now. How are you beating this, chat? Farewell, you can't. Alright, I make a blue mana. I Glenalendra Archmage counter your non-creature spell. Persist. Oh, Fabricate 1. I'll counteract the counter. Draw a card. Nice farewell, dude. Sudden spoiling? Then farewell? Like, yeah, sure. 9 mana world. Alright, you got me. That's funny. You have this one. Do you have the other one? You have Mindless Automaton. Whoa, you don't. Converge mana. Like, this one's better than Workhorse, isn't it? Oh, Kirsten Claw is in. I just missed it. I'm smart. All right. Anyway, the number of lands you are running is a war crime. I don't like Radstorm. This feels slow. I know it can get huge and start nuking people, but also it feels too slow. Just tap. Oh my god, the tap ability is killing me. I don't know if you need Hoarder's Overflow. Like, I get you can proliferate the counters, but, like, just don't. Like, I think that's a little too cute. Parallax Wave makes me really want to see a fucking Angel of Indemnity in your list. Just 6 mana enters, bring back a mana value 4 less thing. That can be Parallax Wave, and if Angel's under the Parallax Wave, then this loops. Alright. So, cards to run. Valakut, Awakening. Parallax Wave also combos with Staff of Completion. Insofar as, like, you can put a counter back on it, I guess. But, can run Redcap now. Like, Redcap would be very good in this deck, but simultaneously also not yet. Exile a bunch of things, destroy it, they never come back. Like, that's cute, but I would never destroy my own Parallax Wave. I'm always looking for ways to loop that shit. I think for me as well, you need Teleria West. Like, the best card in your deck is Astral Cornucopia for mana. And Teleria West lets you go transmute, go grab it. Because it is a 0 mana value thing. In fact, you should probably just be a Trinket Mage deck too. Alternatively, Phyrexian Censor. Isn't that mana cost, not value? Yeah, this has mana cost 0. Search your library with converted mana cost 0, aka mana value 0. With converted mana cost 0. Yeah, converted mana cost is the old name for mana value. That can grab Astral Cornucopia. If you couldn't, it would be worded like Urza Saga. Also, where the fuck is, like, Throne of Geth? Throne of Geth feels so good in this deck, probably. Sack an artifact, proliferate. Maybe just out chainsaw. Long range sensor? What? Throne of Geth, you just fabricate not on the creature. You make an artifact instead. And then you get to proliferate all of your other shit. Like, if you ever have a, like, Imperial Recruiter enter after Kaith, you don't care if this fucker has a counter. Make the artifact and then proliferate all your other creatures. Okay, we missed our land drop. Added lands to the deck, by the way. I don't even like Culling Dais, dude. I don't like Fire Crystal either. I just think you're not right in the head. I think it's insane. Hang on. Is it Ripples of Potential? Yeah. Proliferate, then choose any number of permanents you control that had a counter put on them this way. Those permanents phase out. Also, Throne of Geth does go infinite with Myojin, I think, right? Yes, it does. So with Throne of Geth, you have an infinite combo with Myojin of Cryptic Dreams, where you can proliferate indefinitely. Because you can go, if you have a Myojin you've already proliferated, so it has 2 indestructible counters, and you go Throne of Geth, remove an indestructible counter, so now this has 1. You copy this 3 times. These all resolve. Or, well, you resolve these 3. You Throne of Geth, sack one of the Throne of Geths. Proliferate. Copy this 3 times. Sack this. Copy this 3 times. Sack this. Copy this 3 times. Right, so now you end up with infinite tapped Throne of Geths and infinite +1 untapped Throne of Geths. I thought it only copies on the stack. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We are copying on the stack here. So you have infinite tapped thrones and infinite untapped thrones. This is an all-be-one deck. Figured out that the copies would resolve first. Yeah, exactly. Whenever you put one or more counters on a permanent or player, all of B1 will deal that much damage to each opponent, to target opponent, creature an opponent controls, or a planeswalker an opponent controls. Oh, good heavens. Please, God, no. I think it's like insane. Bores me to death. I'm sorry, I already did all that. That's fine. There's other things you can do with charge counters. So I had Tekethal for a while. It's in retired now. But this is the Dice Factory deck I used to play. Oh, fuck. You need Empowered Auto Generator, don't you? Yeah. Empowered Auto Generator is actually a good card. Please, I'm begging you, I'm begging you, I'm begging you. Run this card, run this card, run this card. It's actually good. No, 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 no. Dude, it's good. Listen to me. I played Tekethal. This is my combo deck. This is one of the best fucking rocks you can be running. Elk, listen, listen, listen. Waiting. Dude, you run Manifold Key and Voltaic Key. And you untap it. I think you're just Hey, I'm literally just going to prove you wrong. I'm literally just going to prove you wrong. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm literally just going to prove you wrong. Whoops. I am the king of hating dirtly dog shit. And when I tell you that Empowered Auto Generator is good, I am not fucking around with you. One blue mana. Use the blue mana. Two blue mana. Oh, actually, you don't tap it right away. So you've untapped this now. 1, 2, 3. Steady progress. Draw a card. Proliferate. Proliferate. 4 blue mana. Tekethal. I'm at. I don't need Tendo here. Bounce your Llanowar Elves or something. Proliferate twice. Okay, we are on turn 6. I will make 6 blue mana. I'll make 7 blue mana. Behold! Witness! I'll draw 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One. Oh, we proliferate Malcolm, Dink, draw a card, discard, Filigree Sages, untap this target artifact. Yes, it is worth it. Please, for the love of God, it is so worth it. Okay, we now have infinite mana. You know what that means? We also have infinite proliferates and infinite card draw. All right. We can make it very good. And it's going to involve removing a couple cards from this deck. I kind of like Dino DNA. Ugh, it just sucks. Okay, Dino DNA is very good. I've seen the card do amazing things, but I think but you can't get Aggie Soul Cauldron off a Trinket Mage. Probably don't cut Aggies. Hmm. Should Trinket Mage be a Fabricate for Aggies then? No, it should probably be like a Scour for Scrap. There isn't a Trinket Mage in this deck yet, but it is something to consider. Like Scour for Scrap is probably it. Like Skittering Spike might be too slow. Wait, what does Skitter Spike say? If it's targeted by ability, becomes the target of a spell. Okay, this is so fun with Agatha Soul Cauldron, but also maybe let's not. Champion Wits is also pretty cute, but I don't know if I really like it that much. Oh yeah, I didn't put in Trinket Mage, I put in Phyrexian Censor. That's right. Phyrexian Censor makes Glen Elendra harder of a lock. All right. Let's add Tez. Voltaic Key. Manifold Key. Even like Surge Node and Core Tapper. Urza Saga for keys. Yeah, that's probably worthwhile. I don't really like Power Matrix that much. Yeah, Tez the Seeker is in the other deck. Rather, my charge counter deck. I think Tezzeret the Seeker and Tezzeret Cruel Captain are both worth running. But part of what makes this deck important, though, is being able to populate tokens, which makes only being able to untap artifacts a little bit less good. Well, you could run creature untappers do a lot more in this deck specifically. So how about this? Instead of running like, I would run at least one key. There's no way I would cut all the keys, but like maybe cut a Surge Node and a Voltaic Key. You can keep Manifold Key, and then maybe you run like Vizier of Tumbling Sands. Read the description of the YouTube video, of the YouTube stream, tap, add red. Oh, it's already in. Beautiful. So like you can do like another untapper. I mean, maybe you just do Clever Conjurer, even though it is sorcery only. Oh, a Feto, you're right. Back down to a reasonable price. This hand's fine. I kind of just want to get a hand that has more stuff that we've added, though, so I can kind of highlight it. Okay, this looks kind of right. Although, keeping Plains Island is pretty bad. Yeah, there we go. Once again, we added lands. We added lands. Okay, this one has a generator in it. We could have dropped Marvin that turn. Hard auto generator. Grateful Apparition. Kaith. Or we can do that in the other order. So we get a counter here. All right, here we go. Turn 6. Grateful Apparition. Dink. Dink. But now here I am folding like wet paper. I'm telling you, Empower Generator is so good. Dink, dink, dink. Pop, proliferate. And then, also, wait, no, we made the servo here. So we proliferated there. And then we're going to go, oh no, we Arena of Glory this guy in. And then we use 1 floating mana, and then we have 1 floating Arena of Glory mana left. Sacrifice an artifact. Return this artifact. Make 4 mana. Make another 5 mana. So now we have 8 floating mana. I think something like that. Valakut Awakening. Well, let's do blue. So we're drawing 4 cards here. Myojin. We'll make a server with the Myojin entering. This is exerted. Dink. Boop, boop, boop. Remove an indestructible counter. Welcome to the rapid hybridization room. But yeah, I like the empowered auto generator here. Seems pretty fucking good. Alright, dope. Mirror Weaving Bomb Squadron. I figured it was something like that. That's why I didn't cut it, because it seemed very cute. And then you have Mirror Weave here. I'm just going to give one more look through Tekkathol really quick. This is Weirdo Artifacts, not Tekkathol. One more quickly look through Tekkathol here. I don't know if I'll find anything that you need to be, like, on. Like, Drowned Diner's fine. Surprise and Scary was so good in Tekkathol, it was crazy. You could be on, like, Majoring Network, I guess. Generally speaking, though, I think you're fine. Oh, Thing in the Ice is such a good card for Tekkathol, chat. Because you can eat the counters using Tekkathol. Not Flux Channeler. This is a very creature-heavy deck. Flux Channeler wouldn't be that good. But, fucking... you can eat the counters off Thing in the Ice with Tekkathol for 1 Phyrexian Blue. And then you cast any instant or sorcery and Thing in the Ice flips. And then Thing in the Ice returns all non-horror creatures to their owner's hands, and Tekkathol's a horror. So you don't bounce it. It's so dumb. This is like the fucking match made in heaven. There's like no better 2 cards. I don't know how many decks are actually running Thing in the Ice, though. You can get to EDH rec from here, right? I can't. Thing in the Ice, there's 2,000 decks, and... Only 1/11th of them are running Thing in the Ice. One out of 11 Tekkathol decks runs this card. Which is fucking criminally low. Is that enough for it to even show up on their main page? Okay, yeah, there you go. 12% inclusion. I mean, that isn't good inclusion rate, but also it should probably be more like up here. Because this shit broken. Under fucking Necropede? Are you shitting me? Did I scroll past Necropede? There's no fucking way people are putting Necropede into Tekkathol decks more than fucking Thing in the Ice, dude. That's criminal. Anyway, thank you, Nell. Alright, do we have Grumpy back with us? Is Grumpy back from Risk of Raining? Kind of here. Is there someone that can go before me? Yes, we have Ketty. Ketty 2, I believe. We have a Bright Palm deck. Dude, you have a counter fetish. You need a doctor. This is my first deck and originally upgraded from the pre-con. The game plan is simply going tall with +1/+1 counters and hitting hard and fast by having Bright Palm come in once a creature has enough counters to be a threat. Ideally with haste so she can trigger twice the same turn. Usually this will kill a huge trample creature alongside finishing effects. This will usually kill with a huge trample creature alongside some finishing effects like Chandra's Ignition or Tifa for extra combats. Sometimes Bright Palm kills with commander damage. Then display Bracket 3. No duels or off-color fetches. Okay, so... Oh, your other deck was Nerif. My fault. All you viewers are just the same to me. Okay, 36 lands, once again, is criminal. Hang on. Okay, similar restriction. I spent a long time iterating on this deck, overthinking it, but a few things need to change. I have too many colorless utility lands. I can help with that so easily. Maybe I just need more card draw. Maybe too few creatures for a deck like this. 29 is like rather on the low end, but it's not that bad. I think Slayer's Stronghold has to go. Like Flamekin Village would probably be better. It taps for red. It always enters tapped. Don't worry about the elemental decks. Just this land enters tapped. Red tap, target creature gains haste until end of turn. Right. It's less expensive than Slayer's Stronghold. You don't get vigilance, but it taps for red. I probably needs more lands, but mana curve is pretty low. Well, this is what MDFCs are tier 4, right? All right. I like the Annie joins up. That's kind of cute. Onweir Battlements taps for colorless is my main concern there. Burke is a little expensive, I think. Creature enters, put counters on it where X is its power. No, I like the Colonian Hydra, but I don't see Cutzel, really. Yeah, no, Cutzel's like kind of non-negotiable. If it's not in here. Okay, it is in here. My fault. Attacks, put a counter on it. Yeah, no, this is where I'm like, no. Let's not go wide. Let's go tall. This is just kind of a big fucker. No, guys, I'm going to hit this with my normal horrifying array. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Because I feel like anytime there's like a huge issue with a deck, it's typically with resiliency and not with what the game plan is. I don't like the random earth crystal here. Erd heirloom's fine. All right, the rest of this is kind of cooking. So, yeah, we're gonna do some amount of fog looping. It's just so important. Or dispel ability, could a counter on it when it dies. Each opponent is nice, I suppose. I probably won't cut that. It's fun. Biophagous. 1 mana of any color, enters with a counter, sure. Like, I think that's fine. It's probably not necessary, though. Conclave Mentor. I don't like these hardened scales effects, honest to God. Hardened scales is really good when you're doing like a lot of like, I put a counter here, I put a counter there, I put a counter here, I put a counter there, I put a counter here, I put a counter there. It's not good when you add like 15 +1/+1 counters to something, right? Like, it works well with a Neem, but also a Neem probably shouldn't be in this deck. I think we just want to go tall. I think that's the main joke here. Everything here screams, let's go tall. What's the name of the butt boy? From the new precon in Tarkir. Deck Quintessence. Thank you for getting a deck review next week, I think. Arbor Adherent. Yeah, this is effectively another Selvala here. Pride of the Hulkblade. I don't know. I'm not talking about that butt boy. I'm talking about this one. Add X mana of any one color where X is the greatest toughness among creatures you control. I don't want you to take away from the current review, so if you see this, I'll message you on coffee or something. Can you link me? Oh yeah, don't worry. Yeah, no. Like I said, sorry, my streamer bot's a little bit broken today. It's not letting me paste messages into it in order to give you guys the link directly. So yeah, just do remind me if I didn't post the link to your deck afterward. All right, there you go. So Bushwhack. Sejiri Shelter. Bridgeworks Battle. Colney Ambush. Legion Leadership. I think this is the one these are the ones I'm gonna go for. So Legion Leadership doubles power, Sejiri Protection spell, Colney removal, Bushwhack removal, Bridgeworks Battle removal. Actually, we don't even need Bushwhack because we have 40 lands now. So you're already running Sundering Eruption. Like, those are all pretty good. We're not doing Fight, Ryan Hill, but these are just lands to help fill out the lands while also being spells. So it's not like we're doing like a Fight theme for this deck. It's just that these are removal spells that also are lands for this mana base to bring it up to 40. Because although the deck's curve is low, you are interested in double spelling. Also, I really don't like Tribute to the World Tree. I'm so sorry. All right, great. So let's talk a little bit now about things like Evolution Witness. Evolution Witness. I know what Agni Kai does. Yes, Ryan Hill. I understand. This deck doesn't really need a ritual, though, because it's... A, there's not a lot of red cards. B, I mean, like, look at the list. It's pretty low mana value. Tribute to the World Tree. Yeah, Tribute to the World Trees. I don't really like the card all that much. Anyway, Evolution Witness. Whenever one or more counters are put on it, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Spore Frog. This is a permanent card. Kami of False. Hope. Yeah, Selfless Spirit. And then maybe you top it off like with a Wolfgar. Icewind Dale. Garrett Upraising for the trample? No. I don't agree. There's just not a lot of creatures in this deck that actually trigger it to draw a card, which is what makes me really weary of it. All right. So let's playtest this deck out really quick. And so anyway, what did I just add, by the way? I added Evolution Witness, which can recur permanent cards. Selfless Spirit was a very good suggestion from chat there. You can sacrifice this to give everything indestructible. And then you have Kami of False Hope, Spore Frog. You already have Luminarch Aspirant. So you Luminarch Aspirant onto Evolution Witness, you get back Spore Frog. You can Fog Loop once per turn now. Fog Loops are so important because it lets you crash out with your creatures and still just feel protected. Like, I love Fogs for aggressive decks like this for that exact reason, where it's just like, I'm able to attack you and start killing you and fear no crackback at all. Anyway, let's play test this out. Now Windswept Teeth. More Frog. Let's play Incubation Druid this turn, actually. Green. Yeah, and here you can go like Spore Frog, sack it. Keep in mind, we added lands to this deck. I feel like I say that every deck review, but like, it's true. Boop. Boop. I've been very impressed by Invigorating Hot Spring this game. Dink, dink, dink. This one goes on target creature. Holy shit. Goes to 32. Sack this. Deflecting Swat. Wait, no, this would have gone to 64. Because it triggered, right palm triggered, and then this triggered again from the backup ability. Okay. What is Sovereign Oniek Ahau doing here? Like, this is player death touch already. I feel like this guy's maybe a little just too slow. A little too win more. Honestly, Wolfgar might be too win more, but he's funnier. Maybe Disciple of Freyles instead of like a colony ambush. I'm like low-key attempted to put Recruiter of the Guard in this deck because I think just about everything gets grabbed by it. If you Earthbend an MDFC land, it comes back as the front side. That's so funny. Imperial Recruiter might be better to get. Yeah, Imperial Recruiter's right. Doesn't get Ouroborid. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, blinking could be interesting. And you could do some like ephemerate loops in this list. Yeah, let's get rid of Lauren's Escape. Cameos. Because we did add Selfless Spirit, so we're not actually like going down that much on protection here. Cutzel's in the deck already. You also just have a ton of mana. That's an anti-synergy with the general, though, because it removes counters, I think. But you get to re-back up. And then just don't flicker if you don't want to. Like, I think Ephemerate's right. And then you can cut a mountain for Pinnacle Monk. Yeah, just don't do it on the creature with counters. Like, just don't flicker that. I don't know. If you have a creature you don't want to flicker, just don't flicker it. Like, like, yeah, it's that simple, really. Then just run like Eternal Witness. All right, this is keepable. Oop, Wooded Foothills. Do we have Lush Portico? Oop. No. Tap Flamekin Village. Why are we running Arcane Signet? That seems like a weird choice. And we missed the land drop. All right. I don't know if it's a wild growth style deck, but it is certainly a like a nature's lore, you know. Probably be pretty fine. Honestly, just put Biophagus back in. Biophagus going back in makes sense to me. Maybe Ozolith out. Not real Ozolith, fake Ozolith. I think this person doesn't care about budget, but I know what you mean. It's important to have baseline counters. I don't know if we have not had a single issue with creating counters this entire time. So I'm inclined to disagree. And even then, it's like just add another Luminarch Aspirant. There's so many of them. Like, there's the stupid fucking Mount. Ornery Tumblewag. True, but he does that while ramping. Oh, I'm talking about the Ozolith. I'm not talking about Biophagus. Biophagus is back in. You confused me because you were making a case for a card that I was putting in. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Look at how good Soul Ring is this game. We tapped it that turn for mana. Okay, here it'll unironically be good. Yeah, it feels fine. All right, I think this is good to go. Landfall trigger on the cub. Yeah, I already did. I did that. All right, Grumpy, get in here. I don't care if you're fighting Mithrax. Arg, hello. Flip Cecil as soon as possible. The deck exists when I want a fast game, so it sits at bracket 4. Technically, no restrictions. Just want to show it off. It really flips as fast as possible. All right, let's play test this out. Dink, 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 dink. Oh, we could play Cecil turn 1. I forgot this guy's awesome. Yeah, let's get our land drop. Skip draw step. I mean, maybe you flip Cecil there and then you go Aether Spark this turn. Do you run the 1 card? That's the only thing I'm thinking about this entire time. Like, do you have the 1 card where it's just like... Jesus, are all Grim Tutors like super expensive? Damn, dude, since when was this 23 bucks? It's how long has it been this way? I do not remember this being $23 like that. What the this card was always expensive? Dude, I always thought this was like a $5 card. Holy smokes. Why are we running Expedition map? What are we Expedition mapping in Urza's caving for? I'm so confused. Ancient Tomb usually. That is never worth it. It can't be worth it. Equipped creature can't be blocked. Yeah, I don't think we should be fixing using Expedition map. That's some limited shit. That's crazy. Ores you control have exalted. How many ores do we run? 14. That's not bad. I would like more. Like, Rochelle is probably better as a idolized. Right? Where X is the number of non-land permanents you control when it attacks alone. Sajiri Shelter. I think Ethereal Armor is a little mid. Whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under control, how many equipments do we have? 8! We shouldn't be doing this. I'm a little bit more partial to the ones that say either or. But 8 equipment's Pure Steel Paladin, ooh. Yeah, Unspeakable Symbol would be goated in here. Pay 3 life any number of times to put a counter on a creature. There's also lose half your life rounded up. There's like a billion cards that do this in black. Shouldn't Wrath of God just be Damn? Probably. I mean, there are reasons why Damn is worse. Is that it can get spell snared. That has come up. Calaxian? What the fuck? Make it make sense, Grumpy dude. If Calaxian is that important to you, we can keep it in, but let it be known, that shit sucks. Yeah, Cruel Bargain. Why isn't this in the deck? Like, not even Doomsday. Just like, black, 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 draw 4. Lose half your life, round it up. Like, you would play this if it was on a 1 mana card. Isn't it in considering? It's not. Yeah, Doomsday is in considering, but like, don't even, like, this card exists, too. Ebonblade Reaper, that's fun. You have Keurig. This is a Keurig deck up the ass. This is the most Keurig deck that's ever Keuriged. Dude, low-key, I want to put Sorin of House Markov in this deck. He just sits there and blocks with his giant ass, and then you just accidentally gain like 40 life in a single turn and kill someone. Eight Cauldron complete. Necrodom is okay. I'm not a big fan of Necrodominance personally. Battle Mastery, but no. That feels like Duelist's Heritage has got to be better. There's no shot this is worse. This never buffs Cecil twice. It gives one or the other. That reeks, dude. Yeah, Twin Blade Blessing does have flash, but like I'd always prefer you run Duelist Heritage if you don't care about aura, the type. All right, let's play test this. Once again, I think we're a little low on lands, actually. Hang on. Maybe this isn't a Mantle the Ancients deck, so you can just run Glasswing Grace. That sounds fun. Okay, this is super keepable. Draw, dink. Actually, let's get rid of the pearls. I don't like the pearl medallion in this deck, dude. Like, what is this reducing? Jet medallion makes slightly more sense insofar as that we are slightly more black than white. But I don't even think we need either. Yeah, Anguish Unmaking should probably be in. I'm not going to replace Generous Gift, but I'll both are good. I'm just gonna add Urborg. Urborg, even without the Cabal Coffers, Urborg is worth it. Because it just does fix Necropotence even if you started with the plains. Isn't Hot Soup pretty risky without a bunch of first strike enablers? I don't know if you've read the card Hot Soup, but it says this creature can't be blocked. What does first strike mean to you? What do you think Hot Soup said, Quasit? Because that shit can't be blocked. I have been known to miss lines of text. Let's play this. Dude, you're running the slow lands. Damn, slow pingers. That's crazy. Are we gonna play this turn one, by the way, lol? Yay, we've been attacking with this. Promise, promise. Foolish impetus, your thing. The Aether Spark. Okay. Got a couple pings from our land too. Yay, Ancient Tomb. Dink dink. Feed the swarm like a 5-drop. So this will be at 1 loyalty. Isn't it shift or control? Alt? Or shift click, rather. There we go. I was right clicking. Add 10 mana of any one color. Let's do black. Yeah, Chef at Dunes and If Near Dead Lands would probably be best for this deck as well. Ding. Gain 10 for 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 because this has a set counter on it still. Oh, wait, more. Wait, no, never mind. Idolize doesn't trigger. We have Bulls to Citadel. Dink. Protection from creatures. Draw a card. Squall. Sorin of House Markov. Shelly. Pass. Attack alone. No, you attack with both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 because Shelly drew us a card. Second main phase. This does 11 damage to someone. I'm not gonna lie, your deck feels way too slow for bracket 3, but that's fine. I'm probably gonna take out Killian because we're down auras. Hatred is probably it. Five mana, pay 19 life, go down to 1. That's funny. I like that. Or like pay 11 or pay 9. Hits, does 11 more. That's 20. It flips. And then like post flip, it has lifelink. This does, hang on. I'm going to take off Thuran Power Suit. Conqueror's Flail. It gives +1/+1. It's not that good in terms of buff, but the fact that it's tutorable off of Cloud lets you set up for a Hatred play way better. Because opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Great. Is deck doctoring for patrons? Might donate next month when I'm finished cooking. Read the description of the stream. It's there. Anyway, there's the link to the deck. Like, Soren's in here now, but like maybe Vito's even worth it, honestly. Thank you, Glup Splitto, for following. Not assault suit. You know what I'm talking about? Thran, whatever the hell. Oh, assault suit. Like, give it, pass it around. That's funny. I was misunderstanding. Mr. Negative? Nah. You don't want a Mr. Negative in this deck, because then this guy flips into a lifelinker, and then you're cooking. Like, Mr. Negative wouldn't be bad, but he's also 7 mana. Like, you don't want to tap out for a 7 mana play when Cecil's, like, super important to keep alive. I did add Shijiri Shelter, I think. Yeah, I did. Good. Alright, I think that's good to go. Alright, I believe that's all the deck reviews for today. So, YouTube, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye. And for